अब्बा नहीं मानेंगे।
My mother will never say yes to my solo trip. She doesn't understand me. It's hard to convince my boss for a promotion. One skill that we all use almost every day. Convincing skill. Even I have to convince you to click on this video, and now you have landed here. Thank you so much. I won't disappoint you because today I'm going to share a simple yet impactful ABC technique to convince anyone, literally anyone. So let's begin. Let me start with a story. I recently went on a trip to Europe and I did skydiving. You must have watched my vlog, and if you haven't, check it out. But initially, I didn't want to do this. I was like, why take unnecessary life risks? For me, it was illogical and I was totally against this. But my wife, who loves adventure, wanted to go for skydiving. And the shocking fact is, she was able to convince me. And today, I'm going to share the approach she used to convince me. This approach can be applied in every situation of life. If you want to convince your boss for a salary hike or a promotion, to convince your parents to pursue your favorite course, or your partner to go for skydiving. This technique works everywhere. It's called the ABC approach. Let me explain this. Now, A stands for action, B stands for belief, and C stands for catalyst. Let me break it down for you. Now, A stands for action. What action do you want the other person to take? Be clear in your head. In my case, my wife wanted me to sign on the paper that yes, I'm ready to risk my life. That is the action that you wanted from my side. Clarity. The second is belief. There are certain thoughts and ideas a person has that refrains them from taking action, that stops them, right? And beliefs are those barriers. The barriers I had included, I might lose my life. My parents, what about them? I mean, who will take care of them? What if I have some health issues? I mean, I had these concerns. In your case, if you want a salary hike, your barriers could be, your boss can say, the organization is facing a financial issue, you know. Or if you want to convince your parents for a solo trip, they might say, hey, it's unsafe for you. These are the beliefs that you have to break. And my wife was able to do that. How? I'll let you know. The third one, catalyst. Now you have to act as a catalyst. Catalyst is a person or a thing that can cause change. So my wife had to break these beliefs. So she acted as a catalyst, smartly convinced me to go skydiving. The first step you have to take is understand the belief or barriers of the person. What is it that is stopping them to take the action? My wife understood my point of view, and then she said, I understand this is going to be a tough decision and your points are quite valid. She empathized with me. So the first approach is to empathize. I felt, hey, she's not against me. She is understanding me. It's something like when you have to convince someone, just understand their perspective. It's like standing opposite to each other. It's like poles apart. This gives you a feel as if this person is against this person. Whereas when you stand sideways, you both see the same perspective. You both fight for the same cause. You both are trying to discuss and come to the same point. So my wife was by my side now. She was not opposite to me. Rather, I felt she understands my perspective, my points. Makes sense? So once you do that, the other person feels more safe. That yeah, she's thinking good for me. Once that is done, now it's time that you make them understand your perspective. Give them examples and data points to convince. Now, numbers are an effective way to make people understand. Use this tool. For example, in my case, the pointers were that, I might die. So she gave me an example, Divas. The probability of you dying in a road accident is 1,000 times higher than dying because of skydiving. I was like, yeah. She says, have you even thought of it? You go on the road and someone hits you and you're gone. How often do you hear about road accidents as compared to skydiving accidents? And I was like, yeah. So the facts and figures play an important role in convincing your mind. And the next approach is, if you are never going to ask, the answer is always gonna be no. This is one of the major mistakes that we keep making. We never ask for that promotion because we feel that, oh, The boss will say no. We never share our choices with our parents because we feel, they will not understand our point of view. We never discuss a few topics with our partners because we feel they might feel offended. If you are never going to ask, the answer will always be a no. Let me share a simple incident that happened with me. I was in Iceland at the airport security check, and I had a bottle of shampoo which was above 100 ml. Generally they don't allow bottles above 100 ml, and I had this bottle which was above 100 ml, but the shampoo was less. So the lady at the security check says, "We are sorry, sir, we cannot allow you to take this bottle along with you." And then I just requested her with making a puppy face and a smile. And then after a pause, she asked her senior, she looked at me, maybe she got convinced, and then she allowed. If I would not have asked her, the answer would have been no, dump that bottle here itself. And it was expensive bottle, you understand, right? How Indians feel when they go to Europe. You save every rupee, every euro. And that costed few euros for sure. And the third important point while convincing people is, and it's very simple, it works. Still people don't use it, don't know why, but this is powerful. To take their names while talking to them. Do this. Vikrant, do this. There's a difference, right? When you take a name, it adds a different personal touch. This is a powerful technique. When you take people's name, they build a connection, and hence they will listen to you more carefully than just saying, okay, do this. Next is adding a because. Now, when you use the word because, the chances of a person getting convinced is higher. You're providing reasons for your problem. Let me share a story with you. So I was in Europe, I had covered Iceland, I had covered Switzerland, and I was somewhere in Rome, which is down south in Europe. And then I wanted to go to Sweden, that is on the extreme north of Europe. And that made no sense. Any traveler will say it makes no sense to go from Iceland to Switzerland to Rome and then to Sweden and then back to Amsterdam. But I want to go there. I convinced my wife by adding because and giving reasons like I wanted to meet David, a fellow public speaker, and that's only possible in Sweden. So giving reason helped me. See, convincing is an art. If you master it, you can excel in anything. A salesman convinces you to buy the product. A politician convinces you to vote for him or her. I'm convincing you to use this technique next time. Hope this helps. Yes? Till then, stay awesome, stay productive.